No. I paid that guy already. Whatever. Okay, I'll talk to you later. This is the iPhone X, Apple's best iPhone yet. It's been completely redesigned with a 5.8-inch near bezel-less display, has the most powerful hardware in a smartphone, and takes really great photos. It costs about $1,000, but you get the best of Apple and a really cute notch. Well, this is the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. It has a 6.2-inch display with a better screen-to-body ratio, has really great hardware, and has every hardware feature you can think of, including a headphone jack. Now it only costs $840, which is a notch lower than the $1,000 iPhone. The notch is there for a couple of important reasons. The first is to remove the chin of the phone, making the screen seamlessly encompass the bottom. And the second is to make room for the advanced camera sensors to allow Face ID to work. There's no more fingerprint scanner. Logging into your phone or using Apple Pay is now done with your eyes. Wouldn't it make more sense just to leave a very thin top bezel instead of creating such a hideous design? At least with the Galaxy S9, not only do you get a more symmetrical looking phone, it still managed to have a better screen to body ratio. The S9 happens to keep the fingerprint scanner placed just below the camera, and there's Intelligent Scan, which does the same thing as Face ID. Intelligent Scan might do the same thing, but it's slower, less reliable, and not nearly as secure. I'd rather have more choice than being pigeonholed into one method of logging in. The Galaxy S9 truly is one of the only flagships of 2018 offering all the hardware features you can think of in a phone, including a headphone jack, fast wireless charging, and best of all, stereo speakers. The iPhone has all of that too, except for the headphone jack, which is old and archaic. Pairing the AirPods and being wire-free is such a liberating experience. Having inferior audio, worrying about charging headphones every night is liberating. Seems again you're being forced to use your phone a certain way. The S9 gives you both options. Since we're on the topic of audio, the iPhone stereo speakers sound amazing. They're loud, vibrant, and produce amazing sound. The S9 is the first Galaxy flagship to have stereo speakers, and I personally think they sound better. You know what? Let's let the audience have a listen and decide for themselves.
Open sesame.
The one thing that I love about Apple is that they managed to squeeze a 5.8-inch display on a phone that is still small enough to use with one hand. The OLED panel is bright, it's colorful, vivid, and Apple has True Tone, which adjusts the white balance based on the ambient lighting. So everything always looks top notch. Top notch, eh? Oh, shut up. Funny that you mentioned that. That display in your iPhone X is made by Samsung too, and they have a smaller Galaxy S9 with the same size screen and body. But the Plus model 6.2-inch display is brighter, more vibrant, breaking display scores across the board. Check out DisplayMate if you don't believe me. Look, let's just say that these phones are blessed with the best mobile display tech in the business. I'll tell you what, even though performance on the 10 is insane, it never lags. It's always smooth, and the chipset inside is leaps and bounds more powerful than any chip used in an Android device. In fact, even the older iPhone 7 is still beating 2018 Android flagship phones in benchmarks. Sure, Apple has a more powerful chipset, but does the end user actually care? There's a ton of great YouTube videos showing real-life tests of the Galaxy S9 Plus beating out the iPhone X doing the most simplest of tasks. Being more powerful is one thing, but being consistent is another. I agree, consistency is important, but have you ever used a Samsung device 6 months down the road? It usually tends to slow down. Well, there's 6 gigabytes of RAM inside the S9 Plus. I'm sure that won't happen this time. That's exactly what every Samsung user says every single year. Well, this year, the S9 is being released with the latest version of Android, which packs a lot of great features. Split screen, multi-screen, amazing handling of notifications, the option to customize the experience, the list goes on! Samsung has some of their own software like duplicate email apps, SL, and a really great voice assistant called Bixby. That's right, I said it. Bixby? Is that the name of your dog? Apple has Siri. She's been around a while and knows quite a bit. Look, watch. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, play me a good song on Spotify.
can't play from Spotify.
Right. Awkward. Look, iOS is smooth, optimized, and programmed perfectly to work with the hardware. Being part of the Apple ecosystem is comfortable and cozy. Apple hardware just pairs wonderfully together. Sure, it works great, but I wouldn't call it cozy. More like being stuck in a jail cell with no way of ever getting out. At least Android is open, you have options, and if you don't like the Galaxy S9, you can just use another Android phone instead. Plus, the Samsung experience is better than ever before. Better than before? Last year's Galaxy S8 just got the latest update 6 months after its release. Sounds like a second-rate experience to me. Your mom is a second-rate experience. What? Rude. Speaking of seconds, the iPhone X has 2 fantastic cameras. Whoopie-doo, so does the Galaxy S9 Plus. Well, listen, the iPhone X has portrait mode, slow motion video, and takes really great selfies. Again, so can the Galaxy S9 Plus. Look, let's talk about battery life. The iPhone X has really good battery life. I use my phone pretty heavily from about 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and I always end up with around 35 to 40% battery life left. I never have battery anxiety. I'll be honest, when I first got the S9 Plus, I was ending the day with about 10% battery life left, but after a couple of weeks, the battery calibrated, now I'm ending the day with about 25 to 30%. Now it's not as good as the iPhone X, but it's still good. Plus, I have so many ways to top it up. I'm not worried about battery anxiety either. Here's the bottom line. If you want a consistent experience, instant updates, have a huge investment into the Apple ecosystem, you're gonna want the iPhone X. But if you want all the best hardware features, a notchless design, the best display, and love Android, then the S9 Plus is for you. Do you want to trade? Psych!